Hello, friends. It's Carla, your online doctor, with today's Live in 5. Today is Friday, July 3rd at 5 p.m. I'm wearing my USA shirt for happy 4th of July tomorrow. Okay, so there will be no fireworks in my city, and all the beaches will be closed down here in South Florida. Especially since the average age of COVID cases has dropped to 37 from about 65 back in April. That's a huge drop in age. Now, here are some possible explanations that I've heard. Number one, more testing. Okay, my skin is glowing, yes, from my new Bloom set. I love it. We'll talk more about that hopefully next week. Okay, so more testing and contact tracing. In the early days, testing was reserved for the sickest people, right? Since the elderly are still more likely to develop severe disease, the median age of cases was skewed up towards that age group. Since testing has become more accessible, employees are requiring testing for employees to come back to work, and asymptomatic people are getting tested, including teens and 20-year-olds, etc. The age has come down. Now, as the number of tests increase, we will likely see an increase across all age groups of positive numbers, which we are seeing. What we hope to see is an overall decrease or leveling off or staying the same in the positivity rate, meaning the percentage of people that are positive out of the total. Again, so if more people are testing and the positivity rate is the same or less, then we're doing okay. If the positivity rate is going up, that means the infection, the virus is spreading more than we would like. So if you test 100 and you get 5 positives, then you test 1,000, you hope to get 50 positives or less. So if that number climbs, what you're basically seeing is viral spread, just like I said. Number two reason why we're seeing the average age of cases dropping is older people are better protected. Efforts to protect nursing home residents and people in senior living facilities is so important due to the vulnerability of that population and the ease of spread once it gets hold into one of those places, right? If the numbers decrease in this population, the median age of COVID positive cases will drop by definition, okay? That is where the oldest people tend to live. Not that all elderly people live in those places, but they don't have young people. So if they're locking their doors, which like for my parents' place, it is on lockdown. I was able to see my mother on Saturday outside of the facility for lunch, but nobody is allowed in. Now, I thought to myself, that's kind of silly, because if I can see her for lunch, I'm still, quote unquote, exposing her, right? Well, we wore masks, we social distance. When we were eating, we took our masks off, so we didn't hug, we didn't touch each other. I want to protect her still. So, again, that is the best way to protect those people is still to keep them on lockdown of sorts, okay? To let them out for necessities, doctor's appointments, going to the supermarket, but hoping that they know to wear their masks when they're out. But number three is young people are being infected more. Now, this is what we don't want, but even though the vast majority of them will be mildly symptomatic or asymptomatic, nobody wants to see your kids or teens or, like I said, young adults get sick. But let's face it, many in this age group are still thinking they are invincible. Okay, we were all teenagers once, we were all young adults, and you just don't think anything's going to happen to you. So with that said, they have to understand that people are getting sick. I mean, there are plenty of cases on the news where people are going out in groups and then the whole group is getting sick and they're on the news saying, guys, this is real, stop it, right? But they've been cooped up for months and they're finally getting out, and when they're out, they go out with good intention, wearing the mask and social distancing, but life takes them in and all of a sudden they're very close together, masks are off, and bam, you're getting spread. That's why our beaches are closed for the 4th of July weekend. So the most dangerous part in this population having increased infections is the fact that they bring the virus home to more vulnerable parents and grandparents, causing the median age again of the infection to go back up. Okay, so if we start to see that climb again, that means that's what's happening. These younger people are bringing it home to their families and putting their families obviously at risk, and then potentially causing harm to that elderly population. As we approach the holiday weekend, I encourage people to limit social gatherings and continue to social distance and stay home. If we continue to be vigilant, we can only look towards what's going to come in the future. Let's look forward to 2021 New Year's Eve. Hopefully we'll be able to celebrate by then. If not, we know for sure by the next 4th of July, this will be behind us. And hopefully we will all come out intact and be able to just say, we survived 2020. On that note, it may be a little solemn, but I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. That doesn't mean you can't have a barbecue and you can't celebrate with your immediate family or social distance with 1 or 2 friends kind of thing, with a distance, maybe in your driveway, whatever, but be smart. Okay? I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Monday for another Live in 5.